Good morning everyone, my dear students. How are you all? Yes. Students, yesterday we have discussed about one of the chemical property of metals as well as non-metals. Yes, we have discussed about the reaction of metals with the acids. Have you gone through that reaction? I think yes, you have gone through. Yes, students, that reaction demonstrate that metals react with acids. Okay? But non-metals does not react with acids. Why? Because both are acceptors. In the acid, when a metal is reacting with the acid, then what happens? Displacement reaction is taking place. Hydrogen ions are displaced from hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, H2SO4, H2 or H from HCl will get displaced by sodium, NaCl will form, salt will form and hydrogen gas is liberating. But in that case, chlorine, HCl, chlorine is the acceptor and sodium is the donor because giving the electron, okay, and chlorine is accepting the electron. But while reacting non-metals with acids, they both are acceptors. Non-metals also need electrons to complete their outermost shell, and acids, after the breaking, after the releasing of, after the separation of hydrogen ions, they also need electron. If both need electron, how they will satisfy each other? That's why no reaction takes place between non-metals and the acids. Today we will start studying with the next chemical reaction, that is reaction of metals with the base. Okay students, let's begin with the reaction of metals with bases. See students, in our previous chemical properties you have noticed that we have given the example of reaction with the highly reactive metals like reaction of sodium with air, reaction of sodium potassium with water, reaction of sodium potassium with acids, etc. Yes, we have done all the chemical properties with the highly reactive metal. But in this case, in this reaction, when metals are reacting with bases, the highly reactive metals are not amphoteric in nature. Only metals whose oxides, hydroxides are amphoteric reacts with bases to liberate hydrogen gas. Yes students, now first of all let me explain you the meaning of amphoteric. Students, amphoteric, the word amphoteric is similar to amphibian. See, you remember the term amphibian is used for those animals who can survive on land as well as in water. Okay, here amphoteric word means the metals which can react with acids as well as with base are known as amphoteric. Example, beryllium, zinc, aluminium, etc. Many more are there. They can react with acids as well as base. You remember that in our previous class, when we have done the reaction of acids with zinc, let me show it to you. See, zinc is reacting with dilute HCl, hydrochloric acid, and forming ZnCl2, that is a salt, zinc chloride. Similarly, aluminium is also reacting with hydrochloric acid and forming AlCl3, aluminium chloride. This 3 and 2, ZnCl2 and AlCl3, beta, the number of chlorine atom is changed in both the salts, although name is same, zinc chloride and aluminium chloride, due to the valency of zinc and aluminium, because zinc is having 2 electrons to lose and aluminium is having 3 electrons to lose. That's why electron needs 3 chlorine atom to give its 3 electrons, 1 to each chlorine. In the case of zinc chloride, zinc needs only 2 chlorine atom. Zinc is giving 1 electron to 1 chlorine and 1 electron to one chlorine and forming a compound ZnCl2, and aluminium is forming a compound aluminium chloride AlCl3. Okay students, and this 2, 6, 2, 3 is indicating the balancing of equation that we will study after the completion of this chapter. Okay, or we can say we will recall this topic as we have done the balancing equation in 7th class itself. Now students, let's come to the point that here I am going to show you that zinc is reacting with acid. Aluminium is also reacting with acid. Just like sodium, potassium, they are also reacting with acids and forming salts. Sodium is forming sodium chloride NaCl. Potassium is forming potassium chloride KCl. Okay students? And here zinc is reacting with the base, a strong base, sodium hydroxide, to give sodium zincate, which is a complex salt. Means when the metals are reacting whether with acids or with bases, in both the situation metals are giving salts only, but the complexity of salt is different. When reacting with acids, a less complex salt is formed, simple salts are formed, and when reacting with bases, complex salts are forming. Okay students, now let me tell you one more thing about these metals, that why sodium, potassium are not amphoteric in nature. See students, these all are the example of amphoteric metals which are given here. Beryllium Be, zinc Zn, aluminium Al. Sodium, see, sodium is already present in sodium hydroxide. It is used in the formation of base only. That's why sodium is not reacting. Okay, even these beryllium, zinc and aluminium will also not react with the weak bases. They are also reacting with the strong bases only. Sodium hydroxide is a very strong base. Okay, like aluminium hydroxide is also a base. Okay, but they will not going to be react with such type of weak bases. Okay, see here one more example of reaction with bases. Aluminium is reacting with sodium hydroxide to form sodium aluminate. Aluminium, sodium hydroxide, water, and forming sodium aluminate NaAlO2. 2, 2, 2, 3 is showing the balancing of equation. Okay, the part which is present before the arrow, this one is known as reactant, and the part which is present after the arrow, after this arrow, it means to form. The meaning of this arrow is to form. This part is known as product. Okay, these all are reacting, reactant and forming a product. Okay students, now after the formation of product, the law of chemical reaction says that we have equal number of reactant as well as product. Whatever the electrons present, atoms are present in the reactant, they must have equal in number in the product also. That's why here aluminium is 1, 2 is making the aluminium 2 in number. See students, I will explain you the formation of balancing equation later on after the completion of topic. First of all, let me tell you one thing. Do you know, whenever we are performing any type of chemical reactions in the laboratory, the new reactions, we have to study about them theoretically first, so that we will understand that how much material we need to take to perform that reaction. Reason is that this balancing, if we need 2 sodium aluminate, means 2 parts of sodium aluminate, it means to generate 2 parts of sodium aluminate, we have to take 2 parts of aluminium, 2 parts of sodium and 2 parts of water. Then only this sodium aluminate will form. Okay, in 2 parts only, means quantity is equal to 2 parts. Means if we are taking 2 grams of aluminium, 2 grams of sodium hydroxide, if it is in solution, 2 ml in solution, 2 ml of water. So that's why, means the quantity is declared by performing that reaction theoretically. That's why balancing of equation is very important before performing any of the experiment. Okay, later on we will learn about it. Now, the reaction of non-metals with base. All non-metals do not react with bases, but some reacts, particularly few, chlorine, iodine, okay, bromine, they can react with, these type of non-metals can react with the bases. Do you know fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, these all are present in a single group in the periodic table. Yes students, iodine, chlorine, they all are having a single group, and the name of their group is halogen family. Halogen family. Why they are kept in a single group? See students, these all are having a same property of having equal number of electrons in their outermost shell, just like sodium, potassium. As you all know that sodium, potassium, lithium, they all are having 1 electron in their outermost shell to lose, to donate. Similarly, halogen families are the acceptors of 1 electron only. They are having 7 electrons in their outermost shell. Like fluorine, the atomic number of fluorine is 9. The electronic configuration is 2, 7. Means first shell is having 2 electrons and the outermost shell is having 7 electrons. Means to complete, to become stable, fluorine needs only 1 electron. Similarly, chlorine, as you all know that chlorine is having atomic number of 17, 287 is the breaking electronic configuration, and the outermost shell of chlorine contains 7 electrons again and needs only 1 electron to complete, to become stable. Okay, such type of non-metals react with bases. We can say particularly halogen family can react with the bases. See, sodium hydroxide is there, chlorine gas is there, and it is reacting with sodium to form sodium hypochlorite, NaClO. Sodium hypochlorite, HYPOCHLORIDE, chloride. Okay, sodium hypochlorite with NaCl, salt and water. Okay students, now calcium hydroxide, CaOH whole twice, is reacting with chlorine to form calcium hypochlorite, CaOCl2. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you. If you remember, see, do you know the common name of sodium hypochlorite? Calcium hypochlorite. Common name, I think you don't know. Beta, bleaching powder, which we are using to wash the stains, to clean the floorings, bleaching powder. The common name of calcium hypochlorite is bleaching powder, CaOCl2. Okay, now in the third reaction, sodium hydroxide is reacting with iodine and forming sodium iodide. Sodium iodide. Okay, as you all know that when we are keeping the chlorine ions, means the incomplete atom of chlorine, that is known as chloride. Similarly, iodide, here calcium hypochlorite, sodium hypochlorite, sodium iodide, NaI. Yes students, today you get a number of formulas. In the last equation, that NaI is written, that is sodium iodide, and that NaIO is sodium hypoiodide. Okay students, now do one thing. whatever the new formulas, new chemical formulas you are getting right now, I think you will forget them till the end of the year. So write all that formula somewhere, okay, and keep the record. That will help you further to recall all these formulas when you want to study them again. Okay, if you want, it's your choice. It is not my work. I don't want to check it. Okay, you just keep these records for you. And yes, students, for today, no classwork and no homework. You have to go through your all the chemical reactions properly, whatever we are studying. See students, you are getting sufficient time to study these chemical properties. After completing the chemical properties, we will start doing the question based on this given in the exercise. So please try to utilize the time. Okay beta, first of all go through the videos and then study these chemical properties separately, individually. Okay, thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.